Okay, Caleb. So I was wondering, since I've never been to USA, if I would go there, would you recommend me some state? Like, what is the best state I would have to visit? Like, if you pick just one.
Okay. I have some ideas.
Two, one, and zero, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis, reaching the...
So, I definitely have some opinions about this.
Okay.
The first thing you have to know is that I'm from California. I spent the first 21 years of my life in California, so there is a little bit of bias. That being said, California is the best. Let me give my
Okay.
reason to think. Just because I'm biased doesn't mean I'm wrong.
So it's not just your opinion.
I believe you could find other people who are not Californian who would have this opinion.
Okay.
Now, it's a side note, but Americans are very attached to their state, so everyone
Okay.
finds a reason to say that their state
I
is the
see,
best.
I see.
Yeah!
But let me give them the argument for California. It has every type of nature that you can imagine. It actually, the state holds every type of climate in the world except for tropical rainforest. So it has desert, it has coastal, it has high mountain, alpine, all these different types of
But
climate.
it's got beaches.
It has beaches,
and
it has
warm weather too.
snowy mountains. There are places in Southern California where you can go surfing in the morning and go skiing in the afternoon.
Huh.
So this is pretty cool. You can go to the deep desert, deep in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
It also has really cool cities. Los Angeles is cool for the Hollywood culture. Lots of places that people
Right.
are familiar with, even though I don't like it so much as a city. Hello, viewers from Los Angeles. Goodbye, viewers from Los Angeles. San Francisco is one of the most architecturally interesting cities in the States. The national parks are amazing. Also, Yosemite and the Sequoia Redwood National Forest are two of my favorite places in the world. These are all in California. It's a huge state. I mean, 7 Czech republics can fit inside California.
So how many people?
About
Approximately?
36 million now, I think. It's the most populated state
What? Oh,
also.
okay.
Yeah. Now, some other possibilities really depends on what you want to see, and this is what I always
Yeah,
ask
if
people.
you have like the second one, since the first one is your
For-
home state,
for-
what would be the second one?
Yeah, for state, but then I really have to... I feel like California has a little bit of everything, but then I really have to ask what type of travel you do. Are you looking more for like sightseeing, for time in nature, for some famous places, because that will change the state very much. What would you say?
So maybe would you recommend New York? Like if I would say I want to go to New York, just there and nowhere else, would you say like it's a good choice or?
It would be a shame to go to only New York, but if you're in the neighborhood, if you're in that on the East Coast, I think it's worth going there for at least a few days. I'm not really a fan of huge cities when it comes to living there, but the thing about New York is there's so many iconic places that you've seen in movies, in TV shows. And honestly, it's really cool to be able to see a movie later and say, "Oh, I was standing right there." There are really great museums there, which I'm a big fan of. There's really interesting architecture, and there really is no other city like it. So it's very interesting to see that ultimate city living. Now, the other extreme would be something like Alaska, where the nature...
Probably not for everybody.
It's
but-
not for
yeah.
everyone, but the nature is like 99% of the state is pretty wild nature. And the last suggestion would be a state like, two last suggestions. Florida, if you like beaches and kind of really tropical
Right.
weather, this could be great. If you want a place that's like much more of rural living but within beautiful nature, Maine would be really cool in almost any season. Maine, far north
Okay.
on the East Coast.
I
In the
didn't
fall,
know this one at all.
Maine, yeah, Maine,
Okay.
and it's the northernmost state except for Alaska.
Okay.
So
I
in
never
the-
heard of it.
In the
actually.
autumn, it's supposed to be really beautiful because all the trees turn like golden colors, and in the winter, it's covered in snow, and it's a very like charming place. Although it's the state of Stephen King, And he's made it very famous for like that small town where nothing ever goes wrong until one day. But it's supposed to be a very beautiful place also. Overall, I suggest going to America for the nature, because most of the cities start to be kind of the same. I'm sorry to say, there's a few special things
all over the world.
No, American
American.
cities. There's a few unique ones, but they start to feel pretty samey. But the nature and the national parks in the U.S., each one really has something very special to offer. So that would be my recommendation. Go to the Grand Canyon, go to Yosemite, go to Sequoia National Park, go to the Everglades, the Redwoods, like these parks. But that's just me. If you love cities and you love Hollywood movies, for example, then going through the cities could be very interesting also. It's a good place to visit. You should go. People are nice. Food is pretty good. I recommend it.
Okay, I wasn't expecting so many suggestions, but thank you for that.
There's a lot to see in America,
it's a big
Mikael.
country,
It's a really big country, yeah. So
you're right.
you should visit too. If you're thinking of visiting the United States, what are you most excited to see?
And if you've visited already, let us know which one you like the best.
Give us some little lesser known secrets, you Americans or you experienced travelers in America. Like what are some things that people should know more about and not many people visit? That would be good too. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.